Stop waiting, start pushing. There comes a moment in your life when you realize no one's coming. No one is going to hand you the life you dream of. No one is going to push you past your pain. No one is going to drag you out of your comfort zone. If you want it, if you really want it, you have to push yourself. You have to make it happen. This is your wake-up call. This is not another motivational video. This is the moment your life begins to change. Because you decide to stop being passive. You decide to take back control. Not tomorrow. Not when you're ready. Now. Because the truth is, success doesn't care about your excuses. Your goals won't wait for you to feel motivated. Your future is dying for you to act. Let me ask you something. How many times have you waited for the perfect time? How many times have you said, "I'll start next week. I need to be in the right mindset. I'm too tired right now. I'll do it when I have more money. I'll go for it once the pressure's off." And yet weeks go by. Months pass. Years vanish. And you're stuck in the same place. Same dreams. Same struggles. Same you. Why? Because you never pushed yourself. You let your comfort make your decisions. You let fear talk you out of growth. You let hesitation rob you of destiny. And now you're here. Frustrated. Angry. Disappointed. But here's the twist. You're not powerless. You've always had the power. You just haven't demanded it from yourself yet. Let's be real. If your life is not where you want it to be, there is a reason. And it's not your background. Not your past. Not your environment. Not even your trauma. It's you. Not in a way that shames you. In a way that empowers you. Because if you are the problem, then you are also the solution. Let that sink in. You're not stuck. You're stationary by choice. You've been waiting for life to get easier. But life doesn't get easier. You get stronger. You learn to push through. Push past the fatigue. Push past the pain. Push past the doubts. Push past the excuses. And this is where your journey begins. Not when things are calm. Not when conditions are perfect. But when you decide to get uncomfortable. And move anyway. Why most people stay stuck. Let's break this down. Most people are addicted to comfort. They want progress without pressure. They want victory without effort. They want transformation without sacrifice. But that's not how life works. You don't get the body you want without breaking sweat. You don't build a business without risking failure. You don't create a legacy while staying safe. You don't develop discipline by doing what feels good. You push yourself. You lean into the hard. You embrace the pain. You outwork your emotions. You move even when it's dark. Because greatness lives on the other side of painful persistence. It's not about being perfect. It's about being committed. Hammer and wrench building your inner fire. You know what separates the average from the elite? Fire. That unstoppable inner drive. That refusal to quit. That decision to outlast, outwork, and outfight everything in your way. And the good news? Fire can be built. You just have to feed it. Feed it with your goals. Feed it with your pain. Feed it with your hunger. Feed it with your refusal to stay small. Every time you push through, you add more fuel. Every time you show up, you become stronger. Every time you face resistance, you become more unstoppable. Warning: no one will do it for you. Let me make this clear. No coach. No mentor. No family member. No friend. No motivational video can do the work for you. You can watch all the content in the world. You can read all the books. You can pray, plan, hope, and talk. But until you act, nothing changes. You have to choose pain over pleasure. Discipline over delay. Action over anxiety. Ownership over excuses. That's what winners do. And you have that in you. But only if you demand it from yourself. You've been underestimating yourself. There's a beast inside you. A fighter. A warrior. A force that hasn't even been activated yet. But you've been playing small. You've been living like you're fragile. Like you're broken. Like you're waiting for someone to save you. But here's the truth. You don't need saving. You need awakening. You need to look in the mirror and see who you really are. You've survived too much to settle now. You've endured too long to give up now. You've come too far to back down now. This is your time. This is your moment. This is your responsibility. The clock is ticking. While you wait, others are working. While you sleep in, others are grinding. While you hesitate, others are building. While you dream, others are doing. Let that burn. Because 1 year from now, you're either going to be proud of your progress or full of regret. The difference? The push. Every single day, you've got a choice. Comfort or growth. Delay or action. Fear or faith. Excuses or execution. The life you want? It's on the other side of your relentless self-discipline. The cycle that's holding you back. Let's talk about the real reason you're stuck. It's not that you're lazy. It's not that you're unmotivated. It's not that you don't have goals. The truth? You're in a cycle. A destructive loop that looks like this. You get inspired. You get a spark of motivation. You make a plan. You even start. But then life hits. Distractions creep in. Self-doubt whispers. Fear tightens its grip. Discomfort kicks you in the chest. And you fall back. Back to your old habits. Back to your old patterns. Back to your old story. And you convince yourself, maybe I'm not ready. Maybe this isn't for me. Maybe later. Let me tell you something. Maybe later is the most dangerous lie you've ever believed. Because later never comes. Later kills dreams. Later buries potential. You are not stuck because you're incapable. You are stuck because you've allowed your patterns to become more powerful than your purpose. And the only way to break that cycle is to become the kind of person who pushes forward no matter what. The wall of excuses. Every one of us has built a wall. A wall of excuses, formed brick by brick over years. I don't have time. I don't have the money. I didn't grow up with support. I'm not talented enough. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm too tired. I'm too broken. And every time you repeat one of these excuses, you make the wall higher. You block your own progress. But here's what I want you to hear today. That wall is not real. It's not cement. It's not steel. It's not permanent. It's paper. Thin. Fragile. A lie that only looks solid because you stare at it instead of running through it. And the moment you decide to act, to push, to fight back, that wall collapses. Fear, the master of stagnation. The biggest enemy to your progress is not failure. It's fear of failure. Let that sink in. You've already failed before. You've been through hell. You've had days where you were broken. You've survived. So why does fear still hold you back? Because fear is subtle. It wears a disguise. It doesn't always scream the danger. It whispers, play it safe. It tells you not to speak up. Not to take the leap. Not to invest. Not to risk embarrassment. Not to believe in yourself. It tells you to be cautious. To be quiet. To be small. But here's the reality. Every time you obey fear, you shrink. Every time you say maybe later, your belief dies a little. Every time you back down, your identity weakens. Fear trains you to expect less from yourself. But that ends today. You weren't born to play small. You weren't created to be invisible. You weren't meant to just survive. You were meant to push forward in the face of fear. The cost of comfort. Let's talk about comfort. The silent killer of potential. Comfort feels good, right? Soft bed. Easy choices. No confrontation. No pressure. No risk. But comfort has a cost. Your future. See, most people are not unhappy because their life is hard. They're unhappy because they settled for easy. They stopped pushing. They started coasting. They lost the edge. And now they wake up every day wondering why they feel empty. Comfort is a beautiful place. But nothing ever grows there. If you're too comfortable, you're not growing. If you're not growing, you're not moving. And if you're not moving, you're slowly dying inside. So choose discomfort. Choose the path that forces you to rise. Choose the challenge. Choose the sweat. Choose the pressure. Because diamonds are only made under pressure. Fire when pain becomes your fuel. Pain is inevitable. Growth is optional. We all go through pain. Some of it is self-inflicted. Some of it comes from life. But the difference between the strong and the weak is what they do with that pain. Some people let pain paralyze them. Others let pain fuel them. You lost something? Use it. They betrayed you? Use it. You were rejected? Use it. You feel broken? Use it. Let pain become your reason, not your excuse. Let it sharpen your focus. Let it build your resilience. Let it ignite your passion. Let it strengthen your why. Say to yourself, I didn't go through all that for nothing. I didn't cry for nothing. I didn't suffer just to quit. This pain will push me forward. Because when pain becomes your fuel, nothing can stop you. The path of push. You don't get what you want by hoping. You get it by pushing. And pushing isn't comfortable. It's not supposed to be. Pushing means waking up earlier, staying later, working harder, facing your flaws, saying no to distractions, saying yes to discomfort. Pushing means doing it even when nobody's clapping, even when you're tired, even when it feels slow, even when it hurts. Pushing means showing up daily, without applause, without results, without reassurance, and doing it anyway. Because that's how success is built. That's how champions are made. That's how you make it happen. Mental reprogramming. You are not your past. One of the biggest reasons people can't push forward is because they're chained to their past. You failed before, so now you assume you'll fail again. You were told you weren't good enough, so now you believe it. You've lived small for so long. You forgot that power lives inside you. But let's get one thing straight. You are not your past. You are your potential. You are your process. You are your progress. And every day you wake up, You get to decide. Will I repeat the past? Or will I rewrite my future? Will I keep reliving my mistakes? Or will I push through the pain and create something greater? You're not here to recycle yesterday. You're here to build tomorrow. Building resilience, one push at a time. Every time you show up, you strengthen your identity. Every time you push, you multiply your strength. It's not about one big push. It's about thousands of small ones. Daily discipline. Daily courage. Daily commitment. It's about waking up and choosing growth even when it feels inconvenient. It's about walking into the storm when others run. It's about pushing through that moment your mind screams, "Stop," and you whisper back, "No." That's where greatness is born. That's where transformation begins. You've got more, now prove it. You've been living at 40% of your potential. And you know it. Deep down, you know you've got more. You've felt it. You've dreamed it. You've glimpsed it. But now it's time to unleash it. It's time to go all in. Time to stop waiting. Time to push with everything you've got. Because if you don't demand more from yourself, who will? This world owes you nothing. But you owe it to yourself to become everything you're capable of. So no more apologies. No more excuses. No more playing small. Push yourself. Make it happen. Start now. The story, The Man Who Refused to Stay Down. Let me tell you a story. Not one you read in history books. Not one full of movie magic or fantasy. But one that could be yours. One that belongs to every person who ever hit rock bottom and chose to rise anyway. The fall, rock bottom. He wasn't born rich. He wasn't gifted a path. No silver spoon. No secret advantage. In fact, his life was chaos from the start. His father walked out before he could walk. His mother worked 2 jobs and still couldn't afford dinner some nights. He failed school more than once. Not because he wasn't smart, but because life outside the classroom was louder than anything a teacher could say. By the time he was 20, he had nothing. No money. No degree. No plan. Just a job that barely paid rent. And a mountain of self-hate he dragged with him everywhere. Every night, he looked in the mirror and thought, maybe this is just who I am, just another failure. But something inside him refused to die. The spark, one choice. One night, everything changed. He was sitting in a cold, broken-down apartment. Dark. Hungry. Angry. Tired. Scrolling through his phone, he came across a short quote. "If you're sick of starting over, stop quitting." He stared at it. Froze. Then stood up, looked around that small room and said out loud, "No more. No more blaming his parents. No more crying over what he didn't get. No more waiting for life to give him a break. He wasn't waiting for a sign anymore. He was becoming the sign. That night, he made a vow to himself. I will push myself every single day until I don't recognize the man I used to be. The grind, pushing in the dark. No applause. No cheers. No support. Just him and his decision. He woke up early. Worked his 10-hour shift. Came home, exhausted. But instead of collapsing on the couch, he opened a book. He worked out. He wrote down his goals. He watched speeches. He taught himself new skills on a broken laptop. He recorded himself speaking into an old phone camera, trying to inspire people, even if nobody was watching. He was tired. He was alone. He was broke. But he was on fire. He stopped chasing comfort. He stopped needing validation. He stopped looking for shortcuts. And every day, he whispered to himself, "Push, push, push." The breakthrough in moments that matter. It wasn't overnight. But it wasn't wasted either. Every drop of sweat, every tear, every lonely hour, it built something deeper than success. It built belief. It built fire. It built identity. Then came the opportunities. Not because he got lucky, but because he made himself ready. He launched his own brand. Started speaking in rooms that once terrified him. Posted videos that reached millions. Helped people from around the world. And every single time someone asked him, "Man, how did you do it?" he smiled and said, "I pushed myself. I made it happen." The truth, it was never easy. Don't get it twisted. There were breakdowns. There were nights he wanted to quit. There were days when fear choked him. There were weeks he made zero progress. But he never went back. He never betrayed the version of himself he was building. Because once you taste progress, once you feel the pride of fighting your demons, once you realize how powerful you actually are, you can never go back to who you used to be. This story is yours. You might think this is someone else's story, but it's not. This story is you. It's every person who's ever felt broken, who's ever stared at the ceiling at 3 a.m. wondering if they matter, who's ever looked in the mirror and hated the reflection, but still chose to fight. You don't need a perfect past. You need a powerful decision. Just like him, you can start with nothing and build everything. But you have to push. You have to wake up when your mind says sleep. You have to study when your body says rest. You have to believe when your heart says quit. You have to speak light into your own darkness. And you have to say it out loud. I will not be another wasted life. I will not be another dream that dies in fear. I will push myself until my reality catches up with my potential. No one comes to save you. The man in that story? He learned what most people ignore their whole life. That nobody is coming. There's no magic hand. No secret door. No overnight rescue. It's on you. And once you accept that, you finally realize how free you are. Because if it's on you, then nothing can hold you back anymore. Not your past. Not your pain. Not your fears. Because you're in control now. Back to you or the call to push. This isn't a fairy tale. It's not motivation for the moment. It's a battle cry. The story is real. The fight is real. The decision is yours. Will you rise? Or will you repeat? Will you build? Or will you blame? Will you push? Or will you pause? Because time is not waiting. Your potential is screaming. And your excuses? They're running out. You've got more in you. You've got a storm in your soul. You've got a fire the world hasn't even seen yet. So push. Push past the fear. Push past the fatigue. Push past the failure. Because the future you want is waiting on the other side of relentless effort. No more delays. Right now, this moment, you have a choice. To keep letting your life happen to you, or to start making it happen because of you. No more waiting for motivation. No more telling yourself, I'll start when things calm down. No more looking for signs, for safety, for someone to come and push you. You are the sign. You are the storm. You are the reason it's time to change. Because the clock is not stopping. Your dreams are not going to chase themselves. And that version of you, with a stronger, focused, relentless version, they're waiting for you to step up and become them. The lie of someday. Someday is the lie that has stolen too many lives. Someday becomes never. Someday becomes regret. Someday becomes a wasted life. There's no more someday. There's only today. And today is more than enough. If you push, decide who you're going to be. This is your moment of decision. Not a wish. Not a hope. Not a maybe. A decision. I will no longer be controlled by my fears. I will no longer delay my greatness. I will no longer be the one who could've, should've, would've. You are capable of more. You are worthy of more. You were not created to live average, think small, or settle for leftovers. This is your line in the sand moment. From this day forward, you don't flinch. You don't wait. You don't wonder. You push yourself. You make it happen. Walk through that door. Every breakthrough in life happens when you push past the discomfort. When you stop negotiating with weakness. When you stare your fear in the face and walk forward anyway. There is a door in front of you right now. Behind that door is everything you say you want. But that door won't open with your excuses. It won't respond to your doubts. It only opens when you refuse to give up. When you say, "I don't care how long it takes, I'm not backing down. I don't care how uncomfortable this gets, I'm showing up. I don't care if nobody supports me, I'm pushing myself anyway." That's the key. That's what unlocks everything. Your inner standard. Show yourself what you're made of. This is it. This is your time to stop listening and start acting. You've heard enough. You've dreamed enough. You've waited long enough. It's time to prove it to yourself. Because no one else matters more than the person you become when no one's watching. That version of you, or the one that shows up tired, the one that fights back when it's hard. That version will change your life. So show up. Push harder. Fight longer. And refuse to settle for anything less than greatness. Remember this. You will be tempted to quit. You will have days that suck. You will question yourself. You will feel alone. But listen to me. Don't stop. Don't stop when it's heavy. Don't stop when no one claps. Don't stop when it's slow. Don't stop when your mind says, "Why bother?" Because if you just keep pushing, even when it's dark, even when it's unfair, even when you feel invisible, eventually, everything changes. So right now, breathe in. Hold this fire in your chest. Feel it. Feed it. And let it drive you like nothing else ever has. Because this is not just a speech. This is a new standard. This is your new identity. This is your new life. And every single day from now on, I want you to say it out loud. I push myself. I make it happen. I will not stop. Because once you believe that, the world has no choice but to move. Now go. Push. Execute. Repeat. Your legacy starts today.